YouTube. So here's how you can get a 30 to 90 to even an infinite ROI with YouTube videos. And yes, there's a little catch here, but I'll cover that in a second. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Robert Sands and I help coaches, consultants, and agency owners build content funnels. And in my agency in the past few months, we've generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue for our clients using video strategies like the content funnel. So here's exactly how it works. I'm going to show you on my laptop and share my screen, and I'll show you exactly how we build these content funnels out for our clients to generate an extra 10 to 50 grand a month in revenue. So let's dive right in. Okay, so what is a content funnel exactly? A content funnel is a 100% automated way of scaling your audience and your prospecting simultaneously. So it's the best way so far to really scale your audience and scale your lead gen. So it'll put your lead generation and brand growth on steroids. So it's a super fascinating method. It's kind of like what Hormozi used. So he's been using a combination of ads, but how he got a 100x ROI is really with his content funnel and capturing all that organic traffic that came after and make sure that he converts it as well. And he's been nurturing people with organic for a super long time, but at the beginning he scaled it with ads as well. So here's, for example, the old way, some way that's being pitched right now to coaches and consultants. And it's supposed to be, you know, everyone and their uncle is telling you they can book meetings in your calendar with a cold outbound. They're going to set up a team of VAs and it's going to cost $8 grand and this and that. Basically, what happens with this kind of system of cold outbound is you have a lot of complexity. First of all, you need to either hire or set up, it can be pretty simple if you just set up instantly and you set up maybe one VA, but even then, you need to manage people. Even just with Instantly or Ulink or these kinds of tools, you are gonna have to test messages and it's not necessarily gonna work. So as soon as you start hiring and having setters manage it and manage responses, complexity increases rapidly. And at a certain point, it's also gonna plateau. So you're not gonna be able to scale so far past 6 figures. It's usually gonna be pretty contained, and it's gonna be a lot of management of people and of broken systems all the time, just because the platforms aren't made for that. No one likes having cold messages. 99% of cold emails don't work. People don't reply to 99% of emails. Only 1% reply, and from there you have to actually try to manage and convert the rest of the people. So it's not great. It doesn't work well alone. In combination with some good inbound, it might work better. But still, in and of itself, cold outbound is not something that I would recommend anyone try, especially if you're on the fence of like someone selling you 30 to 50 appointments per month with cold outbound. Usually you've got to ask them, what actual results have you gotten? Because a lot of people are pitching it, but few people have actually had success. And a lot of gurus in the industry are trying to pitch you on this, but they don't really use that themselves. They have massive inbound traffic with content funnels, but they don't pitch that to you because it's a bit easier to understand. You send messages and then you get replies. For some reason, you just press a button, don't do anything. It's like the magic pill, right? So they're pitching cold outbound. It sounds well, but it's not really great and it's not really scalable. What's going to happen is your revenue as well is going to be iffy. You're going to get some booked appointments, then you might get some emails disabled, or your setter might just leave or that kind of stuff. So revenue is going to be unstable and your audience growth might actually just go down. It's definitely not going to go up. 99% of people just don't want to hear your cold pitch, especially because they've been just so burned. We're in a market with sophisticated buyers. They've been burned by people before, and they just don't like these agencies making these bold promises without any claim, and they don't even trust you and know, like, and trust you yet. So, cold outbound I don't think is really a good way, especially if it's not combined to anything else. And then you have the new way, which is the content funnel. What's amazing about the content funnel is, number one, your audience growth is on steroids, because if you throw ads at great content, people are going to like and subscribe, especially if you have soft call to actions. For example, just I'm going to solve this ultra burning problem for you. All you need to do is go and check out my content, right? My free content, and I'm going to help you solve this as soon as possible. Even today, if you check out this piece of content, might give you solutions to this burning problem that you have. So people really like value up front. It's so much better than trying to do a cold pitch, than try to force a meeting. A lot of people just rather see with proof what you can actually do for them before they book a call with you. So not only that, you're just nurturing a ton of people. Some people are going to book off the bat, and then your revenue is going to scale, normally in a straight line, but also it's going to hike up. The more your audience grows, the more your revenue is going to grow as well, which is great because you're growing your revenue, you're growing your audience, and you're going to keep all that audience. It's going to be your captive audience, which is super nice compared to if you shut down your ads, for example, you don't get access to that audience ever again. If you shut down instantly, your traffic and your funnels and everything, it's all going to stop, and you're not going to get any more booked meetings from either ads or cold email. So it's one of the best ways to just maintain an audience, and it's quite logical actually. Why wouldn't you want to have a massive audience that you can throw a call to action at, and all the people you've nurtured for a while, the ones who are ready, they just come and see you and they buy from you. So I think that's amazing. And the complexity and the cost is really low. You can actually do all of this stuff for free. All you need to know is how to upload a video on YouTube, which is, a 2-year-old can do it, and how to upload a video on Instagram, which, a baby that's 1-year-old can do it. So very simple stuff. So this is the process for both of them: cold outbound, cold calls, cold DMs, or cold email. You start blasting messages, 99% of the work, a lot of work here. You have conversations, and then you have sales calls. From those conversations, you have to convert as much as you can those conversations into sales calls. It's usually quite complicated too. A lot of them just drop off. And so then you have your sales conversations, and then you have your leads. And usually those leads, they're not necessarily the best. They come with a lot of sales resistance. So you really have to convince them on a sales call, which is not the most amazing thing. You have to really be good. And if you're good, you can close maybe 20 to 30%, which is okay. But compared to the inbound, let's say the content funnel strategy, where you can use video, you can use written content and graphic. We often also repurpose content for clients. So we're able to, for example, do YouTube videos and repurpose them into reels and repurpose them into graphic, like carousels and that kind of stuff. We've been implementing that recently. So from there, you have content, you have more content, and your people are really exposed to all your philosophy. They're also exposed to everything, all the value you can add, and you're really positioning yourself as an expert in their mind, which is the most important thing. Because before you even hop on a sales call, you want to have built trust. You want to have built brand equity that you can then leverage in the sales call, because at the end of the sales call, there's going to be so much less resistance. And that's what clients have been telling us. They've been telling us, I hop on a call from someone that came from YouTube, or I hop on a call from someone that came from Instagram, watched my YouTube stuff, and had a few DMs with them. And it's like there's no resistance to the sales call. They're ready to throw money at me. So this is really valuable. This is the most valuable thing, because then you can have 60, 70, 80% closing rates. One of our clients has, last time you mentioned, I think he has 80% closing, but he said those were the easiest calls because from that traffic source, it's the easiest. So let's say even 60%, which is another one of our clients who does a lot of YouTube. That's amazing. Who wouldn't want that kind of average? It's great. So here are the comparisons. It's easy to kind of get started on cold email, cold outbound. If you want to start doing DMs, you can do it. You can set up Ulink, you can set up Instantly. It's kind of easy to start. You do have to do a little bit of technicalities, for example, setting up your domains and that stuff with Instantly and emails, but it's easy to start. Then it's cheap also. What do? You pay for a list of leads, a few dollars per lead, or a few cents per lead, and pay maybe $100 and you get a bunch of leads. And then you have your Instantly subscription, which is $97, or you have your Ulink subscription, which is maybe like $35 to $75, depending on what you get. So okay, pretty cheap to start. But the problem is you have a low conversion rate, you have slow growth, you have high sales friction and skepticism. You've got to hire a growth team to actually scale this. And it's hard to scale past 6 figures. You're also annoying the prospect and losing potential leads. So you're kind of burning relationships. It's kind of a churn and burn. So if you do finish the list, you're pretty much screwed, because you need to either buy another list, but most of those people don't want to hear from you again. So it's not the best way to scale. And it takes a lot of attention and energy to actually scale those systems. So not the highest leverage. It's very labor intensive. Then you've got our inbound strategy, the content funnel, which is cheap. You can scale it sustainably and predictably. It takes little to no time to set up. I mean, you're just posting videos really, or filming videos and posting videos. And it's easy to hit 7+ figures. And there are also 8 and 9 figure companies built off of this same infrastructure. Why? Because it works directly with the algorithms. For example, you think of Alex Hormozi, you think of Serge Guattari, Trey Cockrum. They all use these mechanisms to grow their audience. You know, organic has been huge for them, especially if you look at some of them who are below 30 years of age, who are still in their 20s, you know, like Trey Cockrum, or you look at Iman Gadzi, you know, 22, 23 or so, and they're hitting these 7-figure businesses, 8-figure businesses based off of this kind of ecosystem. They're not doing cold outbound to scale, right? So the only issue is that it can be scary to put yourself out there. And I understand and I get it. And we all have that kind of fear of, what are people going to think of me? But honestly, you just got to get past your first 2 weeks and you'll be set. You know, it's just the first 2 weeks that you can be stressed out. But after you've done it a few times, you're good. So we get, you know, easily we get 10x to 88x ROIs on this, just investing in a content team. And it can be VAs. You can get $4 to $8 an hour VAs that'll gladly assist you in editing these videos. You can get VAs for $500 a month to edit all your stuff. So they are, you know, and they work great. They're really incredible people. They're ready to work, but they work it in remote countries where it's easy for them to do this. And you on your side, you can get great ROIs and you can charge high ticket prices to your audience. So we've gotten some 10x ROIs and even some up to 90x ROIs on content costs. So it's really, it can be infinite if you actually do the editing yourself, which I think is not necessarily the best path to go. You want to partner up with someone who's competent and who's able to edit that and take that off your plate. But if you do all the editing yourself, then you could technically have an infinite ROI if you wanted to see it that way. But the cost is your time, right? So what's more valuable to you? So here's the exact workflow that you need to do. And it's very simple. It's not, you know, super complex. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to do this. All you need to do is you plan 15 reels and 4 YouTube videos. Pretty simple. You film 15 reels, then you film 4 YouTube videos. Pretty simple. And we do have some scripts that we use that I can cover in another video. But, you know, you plan 15 reels, you plan 4 YouTube videos, you film them both, then you go and edit them. Or you get an editor off of any platform like Fiverr, Upwork, or whatever platform you want. And then you publish them and you schedule them. So that's it. All you need to do after that is you promote with an email, you promote with IG stories, and you keep the ball rolling. And you just have this workflow that you do. We personally film with our clients once a month, and we film for the whole month. So we pick one day out and we film everything that whole day. And then you're done for the month. So all you need to do is plan the rest, like for example, the emails and the IG stories. If you want, you can even focus on other things, right? You can focus on scaling your business. So in my opinion, this is the most scalable system. And we've seen it with clients who get, you know, more than 100K ROIs off of 1K invested in content. You know, so this is probably the best system you can put in for the medium and long term if you want to build a sustainable brand as a coach, consultant, or an agency owner. All right, guys, so I hope you liked this video on content funnels. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions regarding content funnels, and let me know also any topics you want me to cover in future videos. I hope you liked it. Go and follow me. Go and send me a message on Instagram or Facebook. It'll be my pleasure. Instagram, you can follow me at Robert J. Sands. I'll be putting out videos every week showing you how we build content funnels and inbound acquisition systems for our clients just like these ones. So I'll see you soon.